Hello, outside today taking advantage of a bit of the clear weather. My last video is about wood burners and solid fuel and sort of how I'm running the burners here. To go with that video, we're going to do one today on a new bit of kit. Haha, new toy. I do like a new toy, as people who, if you watch my previous videos, you've already seen. Let me show you this, and I'm going to do a little bit of a review on it today. Right, this is a Logmaster 5-ton electric log splitter. One of the advantages of living out in the sticks in the middle of nowhere is you do quite often get given free wood, but with that comes the problem is it normally comes like this in the round. Now we've got a bit of a mixture here today. This is mainly pine, there's a bit of old cedar in there, there's a bit of oak and a bits and pieces of stuff. So we're going to see how well the log splitter does. Some of this is quite wet, so we're going to see how well it does today and do a little review on it. This is only a little cheap buy off eBay. I can't remember how much it was, but not a lot of money, so I didn't go too deep into them. I wanted to see how this coped, if it was any good for what I need it for, and if it is, then obviously I'll keep it. If it's not, I may have to invest in something a bit more heavy duty, but let's see how we get on with this today. Right, let's start off easy. We've got a nice dry bit of seasoned, I think this is old sycamore, so this should split quite easily, but we'll see how well it does on this first. Oh dear, that's not liking that. Let's try it that way up. Well, that don't look like it's man enough to spread the butter on your toast. Right, let's give that a miss. Let's see if I find something else here that'll do. Right, let's see how we get on with this. There's a bit of oak. At least it's split it. The problem I think we're going to have, I mean, it's only a dear little motor on the bottom of this, and obviously just runs this plate in onto the split at the end there. There's various different models of these. Some of them has got like a rotating thing on, like a spike, and it pushes them. There's other things with a lot of choppers. Like I said, I didn't pay a great deal of money for this, and it does come with it's got like a tray and everything on it, but as far as I could make out, that restricts the size of the log you can get in there, and restricts quite a lot. I mean, it's obviously there for safety. Right, we're going to try some other bits. A bit of cherry, lovely bit of burning wood cherry. Most fruit woods are lovely for burning once they're seasoned. Oh, no problem with that. I just made short work of that bit. Right, we'll see how we get on with this. This is a bit of old pine, so it's not hardwood, but it is very, very wet. So I think we're going to struggle with this, because that's I think this is a little bit underpowered for wet stuff, but let's see. Oh, not too bad. Definitely don't like the wet. See, with that bit of oak, that is a little bit more seasoned. That's probably last year's wood, so it's not as wet. That's really your ideal size for the wood burner. Any bigger than that, and the heat can't get into the log. So even when it's seasoned, that just sits on your fire and doesn't really kick out a lot. So that's really, for a normal wood burner, that's about the ideal burning size. But split that a treat. But obviously that wet stuff, that ain't into that at all. Bit of old sycamore. I'll see how we get on with that. This is a split stump, so this will be interesting. Right. No trouble with that. Again, this is probably a year or maybe 2 years old, this old bit of sycamore, so that's gone straight through that, no trouble at all. That's interesting. I actually am a bit more impressed with this than I initially thought. Now, this old cedar's lovely as a burning wood. I only ever burn the offcuts, the rest we kind of make stuff out of. But the smell of it's fantastic, and even when it's been sat for years and years and years, as soon as you split it, you get that nice oily cedar smell. It's lovely burning wood. But will it split? Oh. You can see there at top just how wet that is, and I think that's the problem. Okay, so my summary of the Logmaster 5-ton log splitter, actually not too bad. On them dry logs, that's straight through. That's surprising actually, especially with the oak and the heavier wood. You don't expect that. Wet wood, obviously I ain't touching that, so I would say it's a pretty good hobby-ish sort of bit of kit. Maybe for me, I need something a bit more heavy duty, maybe the 12-ton one. But I think once we get through maybe splitting some of this sort of big stuff up into smaller bits, luckily I've got an 18-year-old log splitter that's really good with an axe, so you can get on that. And then maybe give it a go once I sat for a little few months. That might be the way forward with that. But actually, we've just done that little pile there, look, in about, I don't know, 5 minutes. So that ain't bad. I wouldn't say I wasn't expecting a lot out of it, to be honest, but that's not too bad at all. That'll do for like I say, the small stuff. So that's my review of that done. Not a bad little bit of kit really, considering I don't think that was as much as 200 quid. If there's any of the big tool companies, Stihl, DeWalt, or any of them who wants me to review any of their equipment, by all means send it up to me, boys. I'm really good at smashing up and wrecking stuff, and we go through equipment here like no one's business, and it's a hard old life living up here with me. So if any of them companies or anyone else wants me to review a bit of their stuff, I'm quite happy to break it for you. Take care, we'll catch you on the next video. Cheers for watching.